Well, I didn't wait very long to go live on YouTube. So, because I'm gotta get to work. But today we're gonna be glazing with some of Paint Couture's Van Dyke Brown glaze. And let's see. This is so awesome. I'm so excited. Yay. Okay. So I'm working on this dresser. It's a custom order, and I know she's really anxious to get it. So let's continue. Okay, why am I glazing? Because it's, I want to give it like an old world kind of look. So we're doing, you know, it looks dirty in the cracks. And okay, so I've got baby wipes. You can wipe back with those. I did put gloves on just because it'll be faster for me to clean up. My husband went to go get my son, so I've got some time to paint with you guys. You can watch the replay, and let's just get to it. If y'all have questions, y'all can ask. So I put it on there. Now I'm gonna just wipe back. Kind of working it in at the same time though. So this one I do, it's like smooth, a smooth finish. But I want to change the color. Going from this super bright patina color to kind of like a shade darker. I'm gonna have to change up get a new baby wipe because I'm just wiping with like dirty with glaze, so I'm just kind of taking it off in these middle areas, and then I'm gonna work that in. And it takes a little bit of time if you're strategically, you know, working with it on where you want that old dirtiness to come from. So I can always go back and make it or make it more, put more on there. You know what I mean? I'm painting, or I'm glazing over, it's actually General Finishes milk paint. It's not very chalky. So for those of you that paint a lot more with like a chalky paint, I would recommend sealing your piece first and then doing your glaze, because it's easier to work with. You know what I mean? See this? So this milk paint has a pretty smooth finish. So when I go to wipe back, I have a little bit of time, more than a regular chalk paint, to wipe back before it really sets in there and I can't move it around. With the chalk paint, it's just going to go like straight into that paint and absorb really quick. So you want to work in small sections. But if you're just starting out, you'll want to work in small sections regardless. So I would say this right here is a little small section. You got to get the feel of it and know how it works before you start getting in there. Some people do an all over solid kind of look, like what I just did. But if you're looking to do something a little more advanced and get in these cracks and all that, and make it really kind of have that faux old world look, then you will start doing things like this. Glazing's like a love-hate relationship for a lot of people. Like, love it or hate it. I did not love it when I first started doing it. This has been glazed. These are a little bit darker, so what I'm going to do is let what I just did dry a little more. And then I can come in a little bit darker with it. Because if I keep messing with it too much, I'll end up pulling it back. It's kind of like stain. So I just kind of alternate these little baby wipes. One has more on it than the other, you know. But see how I'm working in like sections? I just try not to get too ahead. That way it doesn't end up drying. So I'm definitely changing the paint color at this point. It won't be going back to that bright turquoise color. And you can expect that on any of your pieces. A lot of people kind of freak out when they go and do this over white and everything turns brown. So I speak from experience. Been there, done that. It will turn brown. It most definitely will. It would be probably a good idea to even practice on something, you know, just to see what it does. I think I've done that once or twice. Now, some people like these streaks. And I have done that. It just kind of, you know, depends on what you like, what your eye wants to see. I'm recreating a look for a customer that I did on a piece a long time ago. And she saw it and she wanted something very much like that. So that's what this is what I'm doing. Pretty much what I did on the other one. And honestly, I have glazed a little bit since then, but I really don't glaze a whole lot, but I don't know, kind of having fun with it right now. It's kind of like a art in itself. A little different way of painting. Because you can create different looks with it. And I'll even go over, this is metallic paint over red paint. I'm gonna get in those corners right there. It's kind of like a big shocker that I go over this, I'm sure. I'm like, no, don't do it. Why? And then you see it come, we kind of clean it up then. So pretty much you just gotta figure out where it's gonna be if it were dirty or, you know, holding dirt in certain places. And if you were gonna go and clean it up or like really quick, do a quick dusting or wiping on it, this is where all that dirt would kind of pile up and go to. It just makes for a pretty cool look on furniture. I've always loved that look and worked on trying to recreate it. Sorry, I got you all kind of crooked here. Here, I'll just kind of tap it. I'm not gonna go back and rub that in on top of those. Do the same here. I have to get a little paint, or a little, I call it paint, a little more glaze. But if I go a little bit off, you know, I can kind of blot it and it will kind of disappear versus wiping it, because then I'll get a streak. Here I'm just dragging this in that crack right there. But I'm gonna make it darker. Because we like to see these areas really pop. Just kind of have to blend this kind of back in here like so, and it kind of dissipates like a little bit, this glaze. It's water-based, but for the most part, wherever you put it, it's gonna stay however much you put on there, it's gonna usually stay. So that's kind of another thing you got to watch for, and why I say to move in small sections. So I don't know if it's easy to see or not, but it's kind of, I've already done, you can see on the front of this one and that other side. But I'm going to move on to the actual sides and get this baby finished up. we'll see if I can, let me see if I can get y'all on here to see the sides get done. So hold on just a second. It's hard working on these big pieces of furniture. Especially I have a small space. So I gotta move everything around a little bit. And it's freezing. Trying not to sit on cold cement garage floor. Got my blankets out here. Okay, so let me bring this back. Or we can go over here. On the other side. Let's do that. Okay. It's a whole thing. Hold on. Sorry. One day I might have a bigger space. One day. Okay, here we go. On the side. Now on the other one that I did, it had a bigger, it didn't have this little decorative spot in there. It was just a one solid spot. So this one is a little different for me to do. That is okay. We're gonna work through it and figure it out. Let me tilt that up. Okay. And I really like to get in these cracks, just like I do on a lot of my other painting. Y'all see me do. I'm gonna just get this side really quick, that way I don't have a weird dry spot in there. I mean, but sometimes they work out, you know. Sometimes it's like, oh man, I didn't get that, but it looks good, you know. I like it. I'm going with it. So once again, I am changing the color here, basically. And just go ahead and do that right there. On the other piece that I did, it was definitely a lot more wacky gilding going on, or gilding, glazing. So I'll probably come back in here once this dries and really kind of enhance some of the areas. Okay, that's pretty much it right there. Talk to y'all later. Oh, I don't know.